Hi everyone, today the Chef Rohana YouTube channel again. I like to talk about today the kitchen food cost control. This is a very important thing. Let's think how do we do this one. Everybody has to know, everybody must have a knowledge about how to do the cost control in the kitchen. So let's go. Under the cost control topic, the first I have to introduce you one formula. We use that formula. All the accounts department do that one. The chef is not an accountant, but he must have a knowledge of cost control subject. So, but a certain extent, we must have a good knowledge about the cost control, how to do the kitchen cost control. The accounts department do a lot of parts, but we have to know that one. So that part I am going to talk about today. That is cost control. We have a certain formula. I'll write down that formula. Alright, the food cost percentage is equal to food cost divided by selling price. This is very important formula. This is very important formula for us in the kitchen to think about kitchen cost control. Food cost percentage equal food cost divided by selling price. In a kitchen, we say it's a food cost percentage always a certain period of time, a constant figure. Everybody asks, how is the food cost percentage of the kitchen? Of the kitchen, not the food. How is the food cost percentage of the kitchen? Normally, we keep this one 30, 32, 34 maximum. I will explain you what is that. The 30, 31, 32, 34 maximum percentage of the kitchen. It is called food cost percentage of the kitchen. If somebody asks from a chef, how is the food cost percentage of the kitchen? I must know for a certain period, I say 32 to this month. So you will understand what it is now. To figure out that one, to calculate that one, we use always this formula. Food cost percentage is equal to food cost and divided by selling price. Alright. Now, we have a cost. When we talk about the cost in the kitchen, we talk about under two topics. The first one is the period cost. The first one. Second one is the plate cost. Plate cost and the period cost. So, if somebody asks what is the food cost percentage of the kitchen mean, I am thinking about my constant figure I keep for a certain period of time. That is the one I am going to tell that person 32%, 31%, 28%. Like that, I will answer to that person. I have to calculate that one. The chef has to calculate that one. I am going to show you how to calculate that one. To calculate that one, we always use this formula. Food cost percentage is equal to food cost divided by selling price. Let's talk about the period cost now. Period cost, number one. If somebody asks, what is your kitchen food cost percentage, that person is asking about the period cost. What is the food cost percentage of the kitchen mean? He is asking the period cost. We need that one for the future calculation of other cost of the kitchen. Very simple. This is not complicated, but you will understand very simply, which I explain you little by little, take it to your mind. If somebody asks, what is the food cost percentage of the kitchen, that means he's asking about period cost. I say 32% this month, a certain period. 32% of this 3 weeks. For that particular month, a period, I always use that constant figure to calculate other calculation. You will see what it's that. So now, how I calculate my period cost, that means food cost percentage of the kitchen, how I calculate that one. To calculate this one, I have to go to the inventories. That's why we do inventories every month. So, for example, end of this month, end of the month, I do my inventory. So, end of the month exactly, when I do my inventory means it is a price, it is a cost. It's figure out the cost. So, I say the first inventory, the end of the month. For example, think about that is 60,000. For example, I put the figure. At the end of the month, first one, all the food cost of the kitchen is 60,000 after my inventory. But after doing this one, but I have to buy some more food because I need to give my a la carte and other menus to preparation. I have to order the food. So suppose now from this end of the month, I pass to the next month and I go that month and I have to buy the food until the end of next month. So that cost, for instance, for example, I purchase food cost. Suppose I buy 20,000. I bought 20,000 food now, from the beginning of this month to until the end of this month. But the last month end, my food cost 60,000 in the kitchen. Now after that inventory, I bought another 20,000 food to end of this month. Now again, end of this month, again I do my inventory. This means end of this month, second, I put second here, second. My inventory is another 60,000. It's a figure out. Just I put 60,000 again. $60,000. you can put any amount. For example, I'm just to explain that one, put that one. Now the last end of the month, 60,000 my inventory. I bought the food again loaded up to the fridges and everything, another 20,000. Now I use it. I use just for cooking purposes my food items I take it. Then again, end of this month, when I calculate my inventory, end of this month, again I got my inventory price, the cost is $60,000 it comes, all inventory. I put these figures for imaginary figures. Now, what is my food cost? I want to find out from these three items, three figures. That's mean how much I use from my storage for the selling purposes. I want to know how much it costs. To get that figure, what I say, if I say number 1, this one, this is number 2, this is number 3, what I do, how much my selling cost to find, I get number 1 plus number 2 minus number 3. So number 1 plus number 2. Number 1 plus number 2, 80,000. That's mean last inventory and how much food I bought for this month, 80,000. Now end of this month, when I get my inventory, that inventory costs 60,000. Now what I do, 60,000 first inventory plus my food cost which I bought, that one 80,000 and minus 60,000. That is the amount, the items I use for cooking purposes, which I use for my food from the storage. So now my figure coming 60,000 plus this food cost, how much I bought items after the last month inventory, 20,000 minus 60,000, this one, equal another 20,000. This 20,000 is dollars, 20,000 is the cost of the food which I took from the storage to my selling purposes. That is my food cost. This particular month I have used that much value. Now very clear how to get that one. The last inventory means beginning of this month inventory plus how much I bought the food cost plus together and minus end of this month food cost inventory, then it comes how much value of the food which I use from the storage. So that is my food cost for this particular month I use from the storage. That is my food cost, whole food cost which I bought from the storage and everything just to cooking purposes. Now let's go to this formula. Let's go to this formula. Then I asked from the accounts department, how is my income from the food this particular month? The accounts department said, there's an accountant, he calculated everything and said to me, okay, this particular month you have a food incomes completely 70,000. Okay, figure out, this is a imaginary figures. I say selling. Dollars 70,000. My income is for the kitchen only from the food 70,000. How much food cost for me? 20,000. Because I got 20,000. 20,000 came not this 20,000, this is 20,000, this 20,000. This one came, not this one, don't complicate with this 20,000, these are all imaginary figures. 60,000 last food cost inventory, I bought 20,000 items. Then my last, end of this month, my inventory is 60,000. How much food cost calculate? The first inventory plus food cost minus end of this inventory came 20,000. This 20,000 is not this 20,000, but it's same, but don't complicate with that. So this 20,000 is my present food cost which I got from the storage. That food cost is 20,000. The accounts department the accountant tells me, okay, this particular month your sales income is 70,000. He knows that one. Then what I do, I calculate my food cost percentage, how much in the kitchen, a particular period. That is called period food cost percentage. I told you at the beginning. To calculate this period food cost percentage, if somebody has food cost percentage, that is the one somebody asking. That one I want to calculate every time, every particular month. I must know what is my food cost percentage of the kitchen. That is period of food cost percentage I have to know for just future calculation of other things. You will know what are the other things. Later I will explain. Now I calculate my food cost percentage of the kitchen. Keep in mind. So kitchen, kitchen food cost percentage is always equal kitchen food cost and the selling price. This formula is equal to this one. Cost percentage is food cost, is a food cost, kitchen food cost is selling price, same thing. Now add the figures. Kitchen food cost, I got $20,000 and selling price is 70,000. Then this one comes and this one kitchen food cost percentage, we are talking about the percentage, we have to multiply this one $100. Then my figure coming %28.57%. Then if somebody asks, this is my answer now. If somebody asks kitchen food cost percentage how much, I will say 28.57 this month. That is kitchen food cost percentage. I calculated that one according to this formula. Food cost percentage is equal to food cost divided by selling price. I took that formula here, and kitchen food cost percentage is equal to kitchen food cost divided by selling price. So I got the kitchen food cost here 20,000, reducing first inventory food cost minus end of this month inventory. Then it came 20,000 here. That 20,000 divided by selling price, accounts department gave me selling price is 70,000. Then I divided, it is called percentage, therefore you have to multiply by 100. Then it comes 28.57%. Now, this is a constant figure for a certain period of the kitchen. For one month until I get the second inventory of the other month. So, for my other purposes, very important thing I'm going to explain you now, I need this kitchen food cost percentage for my calculation of other menu prices and everything. Now I'm going to show you how I am doing that one. Keep in mind this one, this is very important figure now. I put a star mark. 28.57. Now, if somebody asks now, how is the food cost percentage of the kitchen, chef? Then I say 28.57 this month. It is a certain period. I take a certain month. Other month is going to be changed. It depends on how much food cost here I am going to buy and how much inventory is coming, the first and the last, how is the inventory cost coming. It changed. But this month, 28.57. Now I think you understood how we calculate the food cost percentage of the kitchen. It is called in the kitchen food cost percentage. Right. Now the important thing is, as a chef, when you make a menu, you have to give the selling price for the customer. I take items, I got chicken, vegetable, potatoes and everything for the plate. I set everything to the plate. I have to give the price for the plate. I will show you now how I calculate the selling price of my plate. Every chef has to give a plate price. It is called selling price, if not menu price. Menu, if I put my items to the menu price is that one. Selling price is that one. That selling price, every chef has to calculate how much. So now I'm going to show you how I calculate the food cost of selling price. Selling price I have to give to the management to charge from the customer. Now I'm going to show you that. Let's think about. I prepare a plate. I plate here. I put chicken here, vegetable here, my starch here. This is chicken. This is vegetable. This is rice. In my previous menus, I explained you how the food is prepared according to the nutrition value. You have to refer those things. How do I set the plate? Now, for example, I got for this particular plate chicken, vegetable and rice. Suppose everything cost to me $20. Chicken, vegetable and rice. Those plate today special. I make a special plate to sell chicken, rice, vegetable. It costs to me $20. That is my food cost. That is food cost. Now I have to give my selling price to the management to give the price to the customer. How I calculate that one? Again, this formula. This formula is very important formula, mentioned like that. Food cost percentage is equal food cost divided by selling price. I take that one here. Now, food cost percentage is equal food cost selling price. This is always percentage. So now let's go to, I'm going to calculate how is my selling price of this plate. The food cost percentage. This is the food cost percentage I calculate here for a certain period, constant figure. This is the one in the kitchen, that particular period, my food cost percentage. I have to keep this one for this calculation now. 28.57. 28.57 percentage, always food cost percentage, equal to my food cost. I said $20 now, is imaginary figures, $20. And selling price is the price I want to find out now to give it to the management or to a la carte. This is my selling price. Selling price. Now, this is my figures now. Now, after that, it is mathematics. So, when we have an equation like that, we have the percentage 28.57 mean, I can write down like this, 28.57 divided by 100. This means this way, equal to $20. And selling price, I mentioned here S. This is the one I want to find out. Selling price. Selling price. Now we cross manner, we multiply like that just to solve this mathematics. This is mathematics, and after that. So selling price and this one multiply together, this one and this one multiply together. Down and up, down and up. So selling price at 28.7. Selling price I want to see 1 multiply by 28/7 equal to this one down and this one and down. 100 multiplied by 20. Now selling price is the one I want. Equal, selling price equal, these two up like that, multiply, this one goes down. This is the one. Now we have to solve this figure to get the selling price. Now selling price coming, after doing this one, $70. That is my selling price of the plate which I created with the chicken, vegetable and rice. My food cost is $20. According to my food cost percentage of the kitchen, I calculate everything, and my selling price coming according to this one, $70. $70 my selling price. That is the price I have to give it to the customer to charge. I think it's very clear now how to do the cost control in the kitchen and how to calculate the food cost percentage of the kitchen, and after that food cost percentage how I use to find out my selling price of my creative plate. That is the same formula we use. Food cost percentage always equal to food cost divided by selling price. Food cost percentage of the kitchen to calculate, I got first inventory, that means end of next month, end of last month inventory. Then after that, still going on this month, how much I spent for buying food, purchase food cost 20,000. Then imaginary end of this month, again the food inventory cost coming to 60,000, all are imaginary figures. Then what I did, I add 60,000 to 20,000 minus 60,000, I got my food cost, how much. Then according to this formula, I calculated my food cost percentage of the kitchen. Food cost percentage of the kitchen, I got it to calculate my selling price of the plate. How I did, you saw that one. This is according to this $20 value food, I have to sell $70 my food selling price for the customer. That is the way, very simplest manner. You have to keep in eye. I did very fast because otherwise I have to talk too much, a lot of time needed. Very short period I explained to you how to calculate that one. But further future I will try to again and again talk about the food cost control in the kitchen. You will learn more and more. So today that's enough today. Thank you very much for listening and watching my videos. Always don't forget to subscribe my videos. Thank you very much again. Bye bye. See you next.